Hello everyone, welcome. Do let me know if you guys can hear me properly, see me properly, and my screen as well. So I'm here with a new live session. Just like this, I also came up live few days back for TISSNET, and I can very confidently say that it had good results because few of my students who were there for my unacademy batches as well have also got selected for TISSNET, so that was a great news. So I'm hoping that same turns out to be for CMAT as well. This is just a compensation. I was not available on my channel for long days, right? Because I was on a vacation. So that's why I had to come live, even though I'm having cough and cold. Okay, please do let me know if you guys can hear me properly, see me, and do let me know your presence in the chat as well, because that's where I get to know that you're there. Just let me have all the things there. Hi Ria, hi Vamshi, hi Nivedita, hello Shayan. Okay, I guess we'll get started pretty soon. Just give me a while. Just have my settings done. Okay, pretty good. So I think now it's fine. All right, so I have my settings done. We'll start with the questions now. I'm feeling better, Vamshi. Thank you so much for asking. And we'll get started with questions. And just like our normal GK sessions, we will not be rushing through with the questions, but actually focusing on the importance of that question in this examination and certain important information or concepts related to that question. I have a couple of like long list of questions with me, so we'll see how far we can cover up. Okay, only if you guys have some time spare in your hand. All right, so we'll get started. So for the first question, the first section is gonna be the section of Indian history. Very, very important because we know that CMAT is held by NTA, and NTA has a lot of Desh Prem in it. Okay, so this question is from Indian history, which is one of the very essential questions for the CMAT examination. And I have something for you in the answer slide as well, so you can pretty well find that out. But for now, I want the answers in the chat box. So I'm okay if you answer. I would be more than happy if you answer this back in the chat. So I give you some time to read and think about it. Meanwhile, I'll just check up the other settings over there. Okay, I'm almost done with my settings. I don't think I have to check back anything more. Ria. Okay, Ria, fine. So Ria is constantly there just because even though she's not giving CMAT, but she is my constant student right there in an academy. Fine, Ria. Okay, fine then. Others. Any guesses? What can be the answer here? So this particular ruler has actually established embassies in the foreign countries. So we'll have some information. Who is this? Then which are the foreign countries? And where does he rule? Okay, and very, very essential thing, the image of that person. So any guesses, anyone? What do you think? A, B, C, D. What can be the answer over here for this question? Hyder Ali, Mir Qasim, Shah Alam II, and Tipu Sultan. The most common name can be your answer. You can make a guess in this. No need to worry. Okay. Shine comes up with one answer. All right. And what about others? Do you think that B is gonna be the correct answer as Shine is saying? Yes, yes. or no? Okay, I'll not take up a lot of time on this question, but we'll come up with the answer to this. So the answer for this question is possibly gonna be option D. That's right, Shine. Very good. That's Tipu Sultan. But more important for us to know here is the important informations related to Tipu Sultan. The most important thing which you can focus on here is of course the picture, because if you check out the previous year papers of CMAT, now you know you have to follow the PYQs madly, because you're left with only 3 days in your hand or even less, because it's 7th and it's almost about to end, so you just have one day, I can say that, in your hand. So in that case you are just now going to study the pattern of the CMAT examination, and that pattern very much talks about questions coming from the picture based category. So when we make the mocks for any specific examination, when recently I was preparing mocks for the CMAT, we had two different sections being asked there. First was tier 1 question and the second was tier 2 question. So in tier 1 question, that tolls off for an easy question where there's a direct answer, like they will give you this picture and they will ask you who is this person. That's a simple one step answer. You identify him as Tipu Sultan and that's the answer. But tier 2 questions, which are generally asked in CMAT examination, refers to the questions where you would be asked a separate one, like you will be asked, name the kingdom of which this person was a ruler. So this question is a tier 2 question where the first point is to identify this person and the second point is to know or remember what was the kingdom which he was ruling. Okay, so this makes up the tier 2 question. Okay, so Tipu Sultan was the answer. The first part which you need to know here is the various countries in which he established the embassies. So that was France, Turkey and Egypt. The second set of information is why was Tipu Sultan so famous, because he has been saving the Deccan India for a really long time from the British rule, and that's what made him special. And the next very important thing to note here was the kingdom of Mysore, which was the region where Tipu Sultan was ruling. Okay, the year may not be a direct question for you, but it's no harm in just reading through it, because once you read through the years, it will remain somewhere in your subconscious mind, you know. So it's better to read this information. Okay, we are good to go to the second question then. So the second question, and I would surely love some answers from your end as well, because that even is fine if you come up with any guesses, okay, but do come up with them. So here we have another question for you guys. This one is a question which is a lengthy GK question. So when we are asked to make a lengthy GK question, we either go for the questions of match the following, or we go for the questions where we have to find out which one is the correct pair or the incorrect pair, things like that. So here comes a lengthy question for you guys from the GK section, of course from the slogans and the business section. So this can be a pretty good question for the innovation and entrepreneurship section as well. So businesses, companies and their slogans, their logos are very important section for CMAT, not just for the GK end but also for the innovation and entrepreneurship end. So do let me know if you have any guesses for it. And the best way, hey, hi Veer, good evening. Okay, hi Ashwini, good evening, welcome to the session. So we have some GK questions for all you guys there. I hope you will come up with any attempts. Okay, so the fastest way of solving these match the following questions is that you would take out one pair which you know for sure. And if you don't know any pair, then make a wild guess. Because right now, one day before the exam, I can suggest you nothing but a wild guess. Okay, so there are various companies, HP, Philips, Microsoft and Intel. Hi Raj, how are you? Welcome to the session, Raj. So we have a question for you waiting. Join in with an answer. Very good evening. Okay, so let's see if anyone can come up with any answer for this question. Fine, fine. HP, HP laptops, if you have any, anyone with any guesses. I'll just wait for next 30 seconds and then I'll come up with the answer because we can cover more questions then. Okay. I will also come up. The answer slide is pretty important here. The reason for that is because it has logos with these slogans attached there. And when we are learning, there is a visual process of learning as well, which is very, very essential. So if you guys think that that process can help, that would be great. So I have an answer from Shayan. Okay, Shayan, let's see if it's correct or wrong. Anyone else who can try up any other option or the same as Shayan? If you want. Let's see. Okay, and I'm about to reveal the answer in the answer slide. No problem, Raj, make a guess. Ashwini says B. Okay, so we'll see what can be the possible answer here. Okay, okay, Ashwini, so the answer is not B but it's C. The answer will be C because the correct combinations are right there on your screen. Microsoft is your potential, our passion. Microsoft comes up with your potential, our passion. Intel is sponsors of tomorrow. So if you have seen ad of Intel, you must have heard that sound of ding between the ads. So that's Intel, sponsors of tomorrow. Then we have HP. So HP laptops, if you are having, you will have this keep reinventing slogan also. Okay. So this is the slogan for HP, keep reinventing. And lastly, we have Philips, and Philips is let's make life better. Now, I would give you a trick for this question, okay? And you need to keep your minds open for it. See, this can be funny, this can be even stupid, but this is how you will be cracking down some questions in the examination. Okay, Ashwini, that was smart. Very nice. But okay, so here, when it comes to these particular names, I would say that Philips is one such company which makes a lot of gadgets. Okay, lots of gadgets. So they actually focus on making our life better by various kind of gadgets, whether it is trimmer or it's hair dryer or it's anything else or it's light bulbs. Okay, so I could have taken this as my important point that 2 will match with A. Okay. But there are smart people out here making the options which will only help you to eliminate one option, that's B. So just like that, you can apply a bit of option elimination as well in these type of questions and can get your answer faster. Okay, then we'll move to the third question quickly. So here's the third question, and this question is from the category of Indian finance. All right. So Indian finance related to banking and related to ATMs. This question has a lot of information attached to it. You're most welcome, Raj, because we'll be first understanding what is white label ATM. Then we will understand which NBFC are we talking about, and that's our answer. So take your time, make a guess, or you can Google it even and let me know quickly. And we'll see if someone comes up with the right answer quickly. Okay, I'll just wait for a while. And anyone joining in right now can please drop a hi so that I just get to know that you're there in this session. Okay, so NBFC is full formed as non-banking financial company, and there are many such NBFCs. One of them is the options right there, which got the approval for establishing a white label ATM. What are white label ATMs? They are those special ATMs which do not come with any bank name. Like right now, the ATMs which you see. Hi Shantanu, good evening. Welcome to the session. So, here, what are white label ATMs? Those are the ATMs where you don't find any label of a bank, and it's for everyone who has a debit card from any bank can pay a small convenience fee and can get their money from any particular ATM. Those ATMs are called as white label ATMs. So if you know which was the first NBFC to get this approval from RBI, you have the answer. Come on, make some guesses, even if you don't know that. I'm totally fine and okay with it. Okay, so we have Muthoot Finance, Escorts Finance, Mahindra and Mahindra Finance, and Tata Communication. Okay, so Raj has come up with an answer. Shayan has come up with an answer. Great. Okay, what about others? Hmm. Okay, these are Indian companies. Ashwini, very nice. Okay, so Indian companies. Again, I'll relate. CMAT examination, Desh Prem, Indian companies. Along with Indian companies, aha, Shantanu. Okay, so I have a couple of correct answers here. So I'll just start up with I'll reveal the answer and I'll go to the answer slide. Before that, that's the correct answer which you guys came up with. Shantanu, Ashwini, good. And nice try, Rajan Shayan. That's option A, Tata Communication Payment Solution Limited. Now, what's that all about it? First, introduction of white label ATMs, which I already gave. These are set up by the non-banking entities on behalf of the sponsor banks. Sponsor banks are the ones who sponsor the building cost of the ATM. कोई तो होगा ना जो pay करता होगा for making this ATMs. So those are the sponsor banks. But they would not carry any brand label of that bank. This is what makes that ATM special. Right now, you can go around on the road and see various ATMs with the bank names on it. But I haven't seen any white label ATM in my life so far. If you have seen, do let me know. Okay, so this is accessible to all the card holders from all the banks, provided you will have to pay a convenience fee for it. And that's how you can use any ATM, even if you have a card from any different bank. And TCPSL, that's Tata Communication Payment Solutions Limited, was the first company to get the authorization by RBI. Okay, and the one which it launched was IndiCash. Oh, no problem, Raj. IndiCash. Okay, IndiCash was the name. So this is an essential name you need to remember with respect to the white labels. Oh, you have seen a IndiCash ATM. That's great, Shan. Okay, fine. All right, so we have done with three questions. We'll quickly move to the fourth one then. You have seen Shantanu? Great. Oh, so that seems I haven't traveled much. Okay, now a geography question. We have a geography question here for all of you, where this is a border line between which two countries? Ashwini, again a spelling mistake. You mean acha, right? All right. Yeah, that's a new thing I found in the PPT, not there on the Unacademy's portal. So I thought of getting with this glitter pen. Oh, I get an answer from Shantanu so quick. What about others? Do you think that the Durand line is the border line between China, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Pakistan and India, Tibet and India, and Pakistan and Afghanistan? China also with D. Okay. Others. D. Okay. What is your turn? Like you can come up with okay, Ashwini also D. What about Raj? others in the session. Okay, fine. So we have the answer. That's right, Shantanu, Shayan, and Ashwini. That's option D. That's the Durand line, which is between Afghanistan and Pakistan, the length of which is 2,640 kilometers, which is approximately 1640 miles. Now, why is it named as Durand? It's important to know, because if you know this, you will remember it as well. It's for the others who did not come up with the right answer here. So, this was actually a result of the agreement between Sir Mortimer Durand, who was the secretary of the British Indian government, and Abdur Rahman Khan, who was the ruler of Afghanistan. Okay, so this is therefore named after this particular secretary of British India, that's Sir Mortimer Durand. That's termed as Durand Line, and this agreement was signed long back in 1893 in Kabul, Afghanistan. So that's the additional info you need to know about it, and it's more than enough for us here. Okay, shall we move to the next question then? Question number 5. Okay. So here's question number 5. Again, a back-to-back geography question, but this one is special. Special in its own terms. I'll tell you why. But for that, you have to tell me some answers also. Do you think that Ural Mountains is in USA, is in Japan, is in Canada, or is in some other country, which is not mentioned here? What do you think? Is it in India? Okay, Shantanu with a D and a question mark. That's possibly ma'am D kind of thing. Oh, so Shantanu has come up with a different option. Okay, Ashwini A, Shine D, Raj D. Okay, okay, now. Very good, Shantanu. I must appreciate that. And others, the answer is option D. That's none of these. So, as I said, it's special in itself. Why is it special in itself? Because of two reasons. Now, I'm going to crack out a very important thing which is being done in all the examinations, not just CMAT, but also any other exam which comes up with the static GK section. Okay, well, that's nice. Hi, Varma. Welcome to the session. So, Shine, Kazakhstan. Okay, nice, nice. So it's in Russia, right? Okay, so none of these. The correct answer is that it's in Russia. And one more very essential thing which I was about to share with you guys was what? It was that how do you think they prepare static GK questions for you? Not all static GK questions, but at least 15 to 25% of the static GK questions of your examination have a thread attached to the current affairs. That means right now we all know that Russia and Ukraine are very much in news. Okay. So, what is the thread attached here? Ural Mountains are in Russia. That makes up a static GK question. But why can it possibly be a question in your examination? Because because you guys will find out that we always prepare questions where some part of the static GK question is always related to your current affairs. And why they give that, that is also a reason. There is also a reason for it, because imagine you're reading an article on the current situation of the war in Russia and Ukraine. Okay, and meanwhile you get to know a news that a bomb got, like there was a bomb blast in a particular place, and then the article will also contain a paragraph where they will tell you about the historical significance of that area. So this historical significance of that area will be the static GK question for you. Yes, Raj, that's correct. So that is how 15 to 25% of your static GK questions are framed in any examination. You will see that it is somewhere or the other related to your current affairs a little bit. Okay, so they expect that you read articles on a daily basis, and based on that, if you are reading about Russia, you might have read about a bomb blast near to Ural Mountains. So that's why Ural Mountains can come up as a question for you in the examination. I hope that makes it clear how the questions are designed. Okay, and that's the additional information we have here. Ural Mountains are also called as Urals, and they run in Russia. Okay, and this is just a geographical information that it is from the coast of Arctic Ocean to the river Ural and the northwestern Kazakhstan. Very good. Who took the name of Kazakhstan? It was Shine. Very good. Okay, Raj. Fine. So, shall we move to the sixth question then quickly? Yes. So here's the sixth question, and this is a general science question. So CMAT people are very much interested to know how much do you remember the things you have studied in your general science up till standard 10. Starting from standard 6 up till standard 10, you must have studied all these science related questions, and I have a couple of them over here for today's session as well. So LPG is produced from the crude oil, I know that, but its major components are methane butane, methane ethane, propane butane, or propane methane. I want you to answer this question, guys. Apply your brains and think using option elimination. And if you get one option which can never be the part of LPG, you get the answer. I've made it very obvious. Okay, Shantanu has almost caught the line. Shine, okay. Okay. What about others? Any guesses? Ashwini? Okay. B. Verma C. Alright. Okay. Raj C. Okay. So the option elimination point here is methane. We don't have methane in LPG. Is methane inflammable? Everything, propane, butane, everything is inflammable. But why don't we have methane in LPG? Because it's not there in LPG. What is the question of that? So if we just remember that methane is, yes, you're absolutely right, Raj. So if methane is not our answer, then that helps us for an easy option elimination of ABD, leaves us with one correct answer, that's propane and butane. Okay, so here comes the information slide, and a very important thing to note here is, first of all, that it contains of butane whose chemical formula is C4H10 and propane whose chemical formula is C3H8. What makes it important and special is both the gases are colorless and odorless, guys. Both of them are colorless and odorless. Ashwini is laughing, thinking that, ma'am, I told you in the morning only that this GK will really take me down. But don't worry, Ashwini, we can practice till our last set, and so that we can actually go through the examination well. Okay. Now, this is a very important thing to note here, guys. If both of them are colorless and odorless, then how will we get to know that there is a leak in the LPG? And if there's a leak and that goes unidentified, then that can lead to a huge blast. So deliberately, something is added to the propane gas in the LPG. What's that? That's ethyl mercaptan. Very important name. और ये question कई बार बहुत सारे exams में GK section में आ चुका है. So make it a point to remember it by heart that ethyl mercaptan is that particular agent which is added to propane in the LPG so that it combines with the LPG and creates a smell, a stingy smell, which is a alert for any kind of leakages in the LPG gas. Yes, Ashwini, sure. बिल्कुल मोबाइल में पढ़ते हुए जाना, and then when they ask to submit the mobile phone, तब उस वक्त रोकना. Okay. All right. Fine. So this was all about the sixth question, guys. We'll quickly move on to the seventh one. Okay. Ready, everyone? So here's the seventh question. This question brings you back to the Constitution of India. That's basically Indian polity. Very essential. But you know what? We have learned it when we were learning history and civics in school. So you can make a guess in this if you don't know the exact name or the answer. Which of the following cases, okay, Shantanu, nice. Which of the following cases is a prior presidential consent required for a bill? What kind of bill requires the consent of president? We know this very well that president is the rubber stamp in India, and we generally don't take the consent of the president in any important essential thing. Okay, Raj says it's B and Shayan says it's A. Wow, so many answers. So that means I'll have to directly reveal the answer. Okay, but here, in which of the following cases is a prior presidential consent required? You check it. Verma says it's A. So for a bill regarding creation of new states, a bill for every single bill, of course, is not our answer. We know that. We have just told you that the president's consent is not really required every time. And the C option says a bill regarding the defense forces, external affairs, and currency. And impeachment of the judges. Impeachment means you are firing the judges. So the answer to this question is option A. So I guess Shayan Verma were correct. Ashwini came up with C. So here are some bills which require the president's consent. Okay. So there are some bills which require the president's consent, and that bills are dealing with the bills which are related to the boundaries of the states, the name of the states. So recently we have changed the name of few states, like Allahabad got changed into Prayagraj, right? I always call it Pragyaraj, it's Prayagraj, am I right? Yes. So these kind of bills require the president's consent. प्रेसिडेंट जब तक हाँ नहीं बोलेंगे we cannot pass that bill. And then we have certain money bills, finance bills, state bills which impose restriction upon the freedom of trade, and any bill which affects the taxation system. So that comes under this category. Okay, quickly taking you to the question number 8, guys. ISRO related question, and this is a very common sense related question. You have to figure out which of the four states given in the options is actually a flood prone area. That will automatically become your answer. Really, Ashwini? Okay. Shantanu with an answer. Others? Verma with an answer. Good. Anyone else? So Verma is trying to link it with the recent Kerala floods, is it? But flood hazard atlas is a specific thing which was not there in Kerala. That's why Kerala suffered so much. Okay, we have Shayan, we have Raj, and we have Ashwini with some answers. Ashwini, I just now said that this was not there in Kerala. That's why Kerala suffered so badly in the floods. Okay, so I'll quickly reveal the answer. The answer to this question is option C, guys. That's Assam. So ISRO full form is Indian Space Research Organization, and that has developed a flood hazard atlas. Okay, by mapping the flood prone areas in Assam. पहले से मैप करने से क्या होता है, we get to know that what are the categories in which we can divide the people and their action plans, like किन्हें पहले हमें evacuate करना है, कहाँ हमें food supplies and medicines पहुँचाने हैं. So this really helped people a lot. Okay, Ashwini, that's fine. So that was the correct answer for it. This flood hazard atlas was made for the state of Assam. Okay, so with this, we'll quickly move. Oh, thank you so much, Varma, for the additional information. And then we'll have question number 9 with us. And this is a very tricky question. Yeah, comes under the category of tricky questions. Let's see if you guys can understand or give any answers to this. Sorry. Okay, Shantanu. So, Shantanu, question mark seems to be a guess, right? I don't mind any guesses. Raj, okay, fine. This is easy to guess and difficult to apply brains. Sometimes what happens is that we think a lot and we land up upon answer which, okay, now Shantanu is very sure D ही है. Okay, fine. So what I was saying that generally what happens that हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा सोच लेते हैं कई बार and after thinking a lot हम generally wrong answer पे पहुंचते हैं. So yes, sometimes when it comes to GK especially, you can make a fairly rough attempt here. When we are talking about the prices of the essential commodities that can be monitored by the Ministry of Food and Civil Supplies, right? So those who are coming up with option D is the correct answer. You were absolutely right. Ministry of Food and Civil Supplies का काम ही होता है to monitor that the prices are moving correct, right, and the distribution is also perfect. Now distribution का prices पे बहुत important role होता है. You just need to know this thing. Very good. Okay, Varma, very nice. Okay, Ashwini. So see, what is the role? Like you must have heard about clogging. Like जब भी when we see that there is a price hike in onion, what do the people do? They start stocking it up so that later time in the market they will release that same onion at a higher price. So this relates to increase in the prices. So distribution and regulating the price goes hand in hand. And if you understand that, आपको कोई याद करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. That's a part that becomes a part of your understanding. And once it's a part of your understanding, you really need not worry about any other thing. Okay, but certain important things to be noted from this is BIS. So BIS full form was Bureau of Indian Standards, and as the name suggests Indian standards, तो उसका काम ही है कि हम सारी standardization को check करेंगे, marking को check करेंगे, and we will also be providing the quality certifications to the products and the goods. So that's the job of BIS. And MRTP Commission. MRTP full form is Monopolies and Restrictive Trade Practices. Okay, and this commission is actually set up to make sure that there is no unfair trade going on anywhere. तो जैसे पुलिस होती है ना, that's a kind of police for the trade. Then we have Merchant of Chamber of Commerce. So Chamber of Commerce का काम क्या होता है? Trade related, commerce related things को organize करना. But this was something which was made long back in the British time. Okay, to for the Indian entrepreneurs. Okay, so that the Indian business interests can be taken care of. So that was an old thing to be kept in mind. Okay, we are done with this as well. So we'll move towards the 10th question for the day. Ready? Okay. This is again a very scientific question. General science question for you guys. General science question. And I need correct answers for it, please. Okay, we'll try to move faster after the 10th question. I have some more questions and I want to complete this in this session only. The birds sitting on high tension wires do not get electrocuted because they have special powers, but that's not in the options. Raj, okay, Shine, okay. There is, okay, Varma, fine. Anyone else who wants to come up with an answer? Shantanu? Ashwini? Okay, Ashwini came up with one. Natural body defenses. Ah, that means very similar to what I was saying because they are very special. Okay, that's quite stupid of me to say that. Anyways, but come on, guys, there are no special birds or no special living beings. Every living being can get electrocuted if any of this option is oppositely done. So Ashwini, okay, Ashwini, okay, fine. All right. So yes, the correct answer is option C. That's the circuit is not complete. So you would have seen this or learned this somewhere that for see if you have live wires, okay, you need to have a connection with the ground. Until and unless you have a connection with the ground, you won't feel the electricity. Same happens with the case of the birds also. So there's a very funny thing to be noted, but not funny, can be serious also. Sometimes if some birds die, then it can be serious, of course. So there's a single wire, and if a bird is sitting on a single wire, they don't get electrocuted. Why? Because they don't complete the connection with the ground. But if the same, why do we get an electric shock when we touch it? Because we are standing on the ground, we are standing on the ground and holding this thing. So we are actually completing the circuit, and once we complete the circuit, the electricity starts flowing there. Okay, so electrical engineer. Okay, fine. So yes, that makes it up a point. Okay, that makes it a reason why we can get electrocuted even if we are touching a single line. Okay, fine, Raj. Earthing, yes, Varma. But the birds can still get electrocuted when? If they are touching two wires at the same time. That means, suppose one leg on this wire and another leg on this wire, then they are surely going to get a shock because that will create a circuit, a complete circuit between the two wires, and that will lead to a shock. That's why you see birds dying out of it. Okay. So that was a common sense based question, guys. And CMAT वाले ही नहीं बल्कि हर एक एग्जामिनेशन वाले ऐसे common sense based questions पे बहुत ध्यान देते हैं. So make sure you guys also focus on that. Okay. Okay, fine. All right. So we'll move to the 11th question. Again, a second question which is a common sense based question. नहीं नहीं कोई ट्राई मत करना प्लीज अश्विनी की बात ओके फाइन so question number 11, if an automobile has 1000 cc capacity, then what does that mean? Go for it, guys. बाइक स्कूटी चलाने वाले तो ये जानना चाहिए. You should know this. If an automobile has 1000 cc of capacity, that means that it has a fuel holding capacity of 10 times that value. The volume of the cylinder is equal to that, and the exhaust gases per minute is equal to that figure, or none of these. Okay, so we have seen an answer coming from Shai and an answer coming from Raj. Okay, Ashwini, Varma, Shantanu, any answers from your end? Let's see. Ashwini C. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. No. So Varma, even if you don't know, make a guess, Varma. No problem. Make a guess. It's just like it. I'm feeling like I'm Amitabh Bachchan and I'm asking you कि आप क्विट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन क्योंकि आपने क्विट कर दिया है तो आप अपने पसंद का एक आंसर भी बता दीजिए. No problem, Varma. Imagine that there's no negative marking here. Then what comes to your mind? A blank guess. Well, the correct answer. Okay. I'm waiting for Varma. Varma, quick answer. Then I. All right. Okay. So, see, guys, fuel holding capacity cannot be 10 times of 1000 cc. Okay, that's 50-50 लेना चाहूंगा. So option A and option D is not the correct answer. Dan Burma C. Okay, so C is not the correct answer because the CC of C, the word itself has capacity in it. Okay, the word CC, 1000 cc capacity, is talking about capacity. So we are not talking about any gases. We are not talking about none of these. We are talking about either A or B. Now apply your common sense. 10 times more than this cc, how will we know that the fuel holding capacity will be exactly 10 times? So that's why the answer will go as option B. No problem, Raj. Happens. This is for learning only. Okay, so the total volume of this cylinder is actually talking about this over here. Okay, fine. So we'll move up with the next question for the day, which is question number 12. And we have to identify the correct pair here. So this is a question from the authors and the books section. I've tried to cover as much variety as I could for this live session. So this one is author and books. Yes, Ashwini. Okay. So which one is the correct pair? All right. You guys can tell me. I follow the Mahatma. Is it written by Mahadev Desai? If yes, then that's your answer. If no, then that's not your answer. Poverty and the Un-British Rule in India, written by Dadabhai Naroji. If it's correct, go for that. If no, then go for the next option. First War of Indian Independence, Lokmanya Tilak. The Life Divine, J.K. Gokhale. Oh, I have three answers from Ashwini, Shayan and Raj. Okay. And I need a sneeze. Okay, better now. So, here in option, the correct answer for us is B, and we have Raj with the correct answer this time. Congratulations, we have Verma also with the correct answer. Very, very nice, amazing. So, something to remember here. I follow Gandhi. This is written by whom? Written by Munshi, K.M. Munshi. Okay, K.M. Munshi is the person who wrote I follow the Mahatma. Un-British rule in India, poverty and un-British rule in India, but that was the answer to this question, is actually written by Dadabhai Naroji only. That's the correct answer, correct pair. Then we have a very famous book called as 1857, The First War of Independence. That's written by someone with a very long name. It's Bajrang Ramrao Bombade and Om Shiva Legade, two people. And the last option with us was The Life Divine, and that was written by Sri Aurobindo. Okay, so that was all about this question, guys. You got to know certain important authors as well. So, is it noted correct? Okay, try to remember this. And we'll move to the next question, which is back to school geography. In school geography, we used to learn about the different types of soils. And there we learned that which soil is the best soil for growing cotton. And that's the question. Takes you back to the school books. Management exam is all about it. Whether it's mathematics, whether it's GK, they will drag you back to your school days where you learned things up till standard 10. Oh, Raj, nice. Okay, we have answers from Shai and Verma, Ashwini. Okay. Indo-Gangetic plains are very, very fertile, Ashwini, right? बट कॉटन को ग्रो करने के लिए फर्टाइल सॉइल चाहिए या फिर किसी अलग टाइप की स्पेशल सॉइल चाहिए. रिमेम्बर दैट. एंड कॉटन प्रोडक्शन भी कहाँ होता है सबसे ज्यादा? दैट्स आल्सो वेरी एसेंशियल. Okay. Run of Kutch, Brahmaputra Valley, Indo-Gangetic Plains, and Deccan Plateau. Oh, nice. So I have another answer from Raj as well. So shall I reveal the answers? ब्लैक सॉइल, अश्विनी पता तो है फिर। ब्लैक सॉइल चाहिए, और ब्लैक सॉइल कहाँ मिलता है? इंडो गैंजेटिक प्लेन्स में थोड़ी मिलता है हमें ब्लैक सॉइल। वहां तो हमें बिल्कुल ही मॉइस्ट और फर्टाइल रिवर डेल्टा के एरियाज है ना, वो तो काफी टॉप सॉइल उसमें काफी रिच होता है मैन्योर से। यस, सो दैट्स नॉट व्हाट वी रिक्वायर। वी गेट ब्लैक सॉइल इन डेक्कन प्लेटो, वॉल्केनिक इरप्शन से मिलता है वहां पे हमें। महाराष्ट्र, करेक्ट वर्मा। एंड समवेयर एट द बॉटम कर्नाटका, वो सब एरियाज में भी इट्स वेरी वेरी like black soil is found there, and that's make it an important area for the cultivation of cotton. Okay, so because of the thick dark soil, which is also called as the regur soil, this name is important, can be a question in the exam. Regur soil is widely found in the Deccan Plateau, and this is suitable for the cotton cultivation. Good. Shall we move to the next question then? Yes. Okay, a very direct question for you guys related to the domain of sports. Sports, and sports. And Indian sportsmen who have generally not got a lot of recognition actually get place in CMAT exams. ग्रेजुएशन एग्रीकल्चर से है मैम, फिर भी गलत हो गया। ओ गॉड अश्विनी। Okay, we have a correct. Oh, I was not supposed to reveal the answer, but okay, we have answers from Varma, Shantanu, and Raj. Fine, good. What about others? Varma, Shantanu, Raj has come up with an answer. Anyone else who wants to give competition to these guys right there? Okay, okay. Fine. So I'll reveal the answer. It's correct that tennis is the right answer for this question. Dev Varman. Now you guys need to tell me कहाँ से पता चला? Hey, Ashwini came up with an answer now, Raj. Okay, Cheyenne also. Very nice. Okay. So the correct answer to this question is tennis, guys. That's right. And this is a picture of Somdev Kishore Dev Varman. And just like I told in the beginning, that he is important. Why? Because he is Indian. Because he is one of the best players of Indian tennis, like Indian tennis players, but still do not get so much of attention as the other tennis players in India get. Okay, and इसीलिए that makes up a position in the questions and answers. Okay, especially GK based questions. तो वो लोग आपको कभी भी very famous names नहीं पूछेंगे. They try to know that you know these people or not, and they are essential. Why? See this. The headlines. He hit the headlines because he was the only collegiate player to have made 3 consecutive finals at the NCAA. Okay, you saw it in a book, Raj. That's great. Okay, Ashwini, no problem. And see, the record was that he won back-to-back finals in his junior and senior years in the University of Virginia. So that's why इन्होंने records तो break किए हैं, but compared to the other tennis players, उन्हें उतना recognition नहीं मिलता. So that's why this can be a possible question for you guys in the examination. So make sure आप इन तरह के gems के बारे में भी थोड़ा जान लो. Okay, and that's why actually मैंने क्लास में बताया था क्या शांतनु? Okay, good. So over here, that's what I was talking about, that generally if you are reading some articles, even if you're practicing for reading comprehension, try to read from various sections. कभी sports से पढ़ लिया, कभी history से पढ़ लिया, कभी philosophy से पढ़ लिया. So what happens in that case, that you will be preparing yourself for these kind of static GK things as well, and this will eventually help you not just in the examination but in group discussions, in personal interviews as well. So that's why it's essential, important. Okay, okay, Raj. हाँ अश्विनी आप वही देखो. ओके फाइन, वैसे ये अच्छी पिक्चर है ना, इसलिए जानबूझ के यही वाली रखी. और भी पिक्चर्स थे. All right, so we have the 15th question with us over here. The concept of carbon credit. ये तो काफी easy है. I need you guys to come up with the right answer for it. Carbon credit was there in news, is there in news, and will be in news for the upcoming years. जब तक we would be talking about in environment concerns. Come on. Okay. Fine. So, Raj, Shayan, if you have heard me, you should have answered it correct. मैंने तो आंसर ही बोल दिया. What's the concept of carbon credit? Hmm. Varma, Shayan, Raj. Raj, are you sure with your answer? Do you want to change your answer? You can let me know. Okay. We are very close to hit the 1 hour, right? We have Raj. Okay, confirm with the answer. Okay, Ashwini C. Fine. So Varma, change in climate. CC. Yes. Raj, if you need an expert advice, here is the expert, and here she is giving you the advice that carbon credit is related to the environment because carbon credit has a long route. Okay, so I have some information for you in this slide. Have a look. Carbon credit is a permit, okay, it's a permission given to the industries, okay, to emit a certain amount of carbon dioxide or the other greenhouse gases. So one carbon credit actually gives you the permission to emit 1 ton of carbon dioxide, okay, or any other equivalent greenhouse gases. Okay, there are many other greenhouse gases we know. So या तो आप 1 टन कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड या कोई और ऐसी ग्रीन हाउस गैस एमिट कर सकते हो. दैट्स कार्बन क्रेडिट. बट इस कार्बन क्रेडिट में ना काफी बिजनेस चल रहा है. ओके, my screen is blur. Is it blur for everyone else or it's fine for others? Maybe Raj, you can just check your network connection once. It might be because of your network connection. Others, if you can see it fine, just give me a thumbs up or a yes in the chat. It would be enough. Okay, new means what, Chandanu? No, it's clear. Okay, okay, no. Fine, Chandanu, thank you. Fine, Shayan, okay. Then in that case, Raj, you need to increase the settings and watch it in a higher resolution. I'm so sorry. I'm having high cough and cold. Okay, fine. So here's the next paragraph. So this was the business I was talking about. Cap and trade program. What happens in this cap and trade program of the carbon credit? That if a company has bought some additional carbon credits, like a company A says that I would need 10 carbon credits for this month. Like I will be emitting 10 tons of carbon dioxide from my industry. But they emitted just 7. Okay, so now they are left with 3 carbon credits. So अब वो क्या कर सकते हैं? Now they can actually utilize that by selling it to someone else. Okay. Hey Ria, welcome back. So what you can do is you can change that. You can exchange it with someone or sell it to someone. So this is another way of making money. Okay. अगर आपने कम एमिट किया तो आपने इन्वायरमेंट तो बचाया ही, बट एडिशनल को बेच के किसी और कंपनी को अपने एक्स्ट्रा पैसे भी कमा लिया. So that's why they have made it a trade right now. Cap and trade. Hmm. Okay, Ashwini, I think that it's fine for you. It was just a network issue for Raj. He will fix it. Okay, now comes the 16th question, guys. Medical history related question. The first heart transplant in the world was performed by which doctor? Even if you don't know the name, you can know it after the answer is revealed. And remember this, please. That's essential. Please remember this. I have 20 questions for you. So I'll finish them and then give you a big all the best for your exam. Oh, nice. Shantanu has come up with an answer. Anyone agreeing with Shantanu? Shayan does that. Okay. Shayan agrees. Ashwini, C. Hmm. Oh, Ashwini has used. Ashwini will say that, ma'am, I used your trick and that gave me the wrong answer. Ashwini will say that, ma'am, this is CMAT question. So CMAT matlab Indian. Indian matlab Indian option in the name, and there's one Indian option. No, this time unluckily you cannot use that. Raj and Verma have come up with B as the answer. Well, that's the right answer, guys. It's Dr. Christian Burnett. That's the right answer. And he did this transplant long back in 1967. Okay, so that was the first human to human heart transplant. And there are some other things as well. जैसे कि recently there is a pig to human heart transplant, if you know that. Okay, so okay, fine. So if you know about that, you can also get some details about it because ये current affairs में आता है, so you should know that. अच्छा अच्छा अश्विनी, फाइन आपको पता है, okay, fine. All right, then we'll have 17th question, and this is again a very direct question from the Winter Olympics sports. 2010 Winter Olympics was held in which of the following places? You have four options with you. You can come up with any one of the answers of your choice. Think and answer, please. Yes, Raj. Otherwise, they would have come up with, nowadays, they even come up with a tune which is copied from any other place. So, this is a big achievement. Okay. Shantanu has written it in style. So Shantanu always writes in style. He writes half of it in like, not sure. Ashwini B. Verma A. Okay. Vancouver says Shantanu. Shantanu, Vancouver is in which place? Ah, why it's paining? Talked, spoke a lot today. That's why. No, I have cold. No, that's why I think it's paining. Okay. 2010 Winter Olympics was held in. If I would have given you Canada, you would have jumped and given the correct answer. But which of the following cities is in Canada? Yes, Raj. Yes, Raj. Yes, Shantanu. Vancouver is in Canada, and Vancouver is my answer. 2010 Olympics. Now, I gave this question for a reason, and I'll tell you that reason why. Okay. TISSNET. This time, TISSNET came up with a question which was a current affairs of 2008. Yes, there was a question which was a current affairs of 2008. So if TISSNET can ask a question of GK which has now become a static GK question, then possibly you need to know this as well. So just to tell you about this, I gave this question. Okay, moving to the 18th question for the day, guys. Which state government of India has signed a MAU is Memorandum of Understanding, with Indian Railways Catering and Tourism Corporation, that's better called as IRTC. So IRCTC. So that is a scheme as per which that state government will be bearing all the expenses for the senior citizens who wish to go to any pilgrimage. Which state has come up with that? Ah, Raj, with a very quick answer. Varma C, Ashwini A. Others, Raj, that was very quick of you. Varma, are you sure with your answer? Shine A. Anyone else? Rajput ji, good evening. Welcome to the session. Thank you for your answer. Well, that's actually the correct answer. And we are going to note down certain important things related to it. The first thing, you know that, Raj, that's great. Bilkul nahi, Ashwini. Why will I say that? You came up with the right answer. I appreciate it. So, now, Rajasthan government. This is again a very old news, guys. Okay, but still giving you an old news. 2013 was a time when it signed a MOU with the IRCTC that it will actually bear all the expenses of the senior citizens visiting to pilgrimages. And so, which were the pilgrimages they included? They included Puri, Gaya, Rameshwaram, Vaishno Devi, Tirupati, Varanasi, Amritsar, Dwarkapuri, Bihar Sharif, and Shirdi. Okay, and this was announced by the chief minister then, that's Ashok Gehlot. Please tell me, is Ashok Gehlot still the chief minister of Rajasthan? Is Ashok Gehlot still the chief minister of Rajasthan? Hi Kanish, welcome to the session. Maybe Sachin Gehlot. Ashwini, sure. Rajput ji says yes. Raj says yes. Shayan says yes. I say yes. Okay, so that's the right answer. Like, right answer means that's the correct thing. That he's still the chief minister of Rajasthan. There are couple of things going up and down in the thing, but chief minister has not changed. Okay, fine. Now the second last question for the day, guys. So here is a very very interesting question for you guys. Okay, okay. Yeah, Raj, I'll ask that question in the end. Keep your OP for that. Which country includes its income from cocaine and narcotics in its GDP? मतलब पूरे के पूरे फाइल्स एंड पेपर्स में लिख के दे से कि हमारे को इनकम मिलती है इस पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री से. ऐसी कौन सी महान कंट्री है? Okay, Kanishk has come up with an answer. Rajput ji has come up with an answer. Raj has come up with an answer. That's great to see. Others? Hmm. Okay. Anyone else? राज कोलंबिया ही है. Okay, इतने confirmed है. Raj is like confirmed. So, which country includes its income from cocaine and narcotics in its GDP? Yes, most of you are absolutely right. It's Colombia. Very good, Ashwini. क्या बात है? Late आए but दुरुस्त आए. That's the right answer. Colombia is the right answer, guys. Colombia includes its income, okay? And I'll tell you something special. It's closely tied with Colombia's, okay, this cocaine is very closely tied with Colombia's political and economic scene. Why? The country's drug industry is estimated to worth over $10 billion. That's a huge amount. $10 billion, and money made in narcotics is so lavish and powerful that long back in 1985 the drug lords offered to pay off the Colombia's debt of $14 billion in exchange of amnesty. That means they said, आप हमसे पैसे ले लो, आपने जितने भी दूसरे कंट्रीज से पैसे लिए हैं, डेट लिया है, लाइक उधार लिया है, you can take the money for us in return of this lavish drug industry you have. Okay, so that makes Colombia very very special, guys. So yaad rakhna. Okay, Raj. Okay, then the last question for the day is right there on our screen. Which of the following is the full form of IFRS? IFRS is something used in the corporate and the finance sector. So this is a tip given to you. that the F can be related to this. I helped you in option elimination of B. B is not the answer. कोई B नहीं देगा answer, okay? Hmm. Now you guys tell me. What do you think? A, C, or D? Raj comes up with A, and as far as I can think, Raj thinks this because CMAT loves Indian questions and answers. Others. Ashwini C, Kanishk C. Okay. Not, no, I am 9 crore sure it's A. Okay. Shantanu C, Verma C, Rajput G, A or C. Okay. Verma C, Pakka. Okay. Shan C. Okay, time to reveal the answer. It is C. So, International Financial Reporting Standards is set for accounting the rules of the financial statements of the public companies, and they are intended to make consistent, transparent एंड इजीली कंपेरेबल अराउंड द वर्ल्ड. तो ऐसी कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बॉडी होगी तो हम इजीली कंपेयर कर पाएंगे कि हमारे फाइनेंशियल स्टैंडर्ड्स दूसरे कंट्रीज के कंपैरिजन में कैसे हैं. सो दैट्स व्हाई दिस बॉडी इज गोइंग टू डू दैट वर्क ओनली. And with this I reached towards the end of my slide. इतने ही क्वेश्चन लाई थी आज के लिए, but they were from various wide sections. Now I have two questions for you. Question number one is that did you guys like this session? If yes, then do let me know in the chat and also in the comment section once this gets rolled up. And the next thing is, I am not sure if you guys are free for tomorrow, because tomorrow will be a very neck to neck session for CMAT. So do you guys really need a live session tomorrow, or it's good enough for today? Because like I'm also having a very decked up schedule to tomorrow. If tomorrow I'll take at 9. I have my classes till 9:15. So I'm not sure if you guys are ready for the session or not. मैम अभी मोटिवेट करो या कनिष्क. ऑफ कोर्स मोटिवेट तो मैं जरूर करूंगी. मैंने स्टार्टिंग में भी एक ट्रिक बताई थी जिस तरह से क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं. तो यू कैन चेक बैक द रिकॉर्डिंग आल्सो, लाइक इट विल बी अपलोडेड सून. ओके. यस मैम, मोटिवेट करो, सेशन लाइक करो, शेयर कर दूंगा. ओहो वाओ, थैंक यू कनिष्क. व्हाट मोर कैन आई नीड फ्रॉम दैट? You need daily live. Okay, don't worry for the CAT aspirants of 2022 and the upcoming OMET aspirants. We will come live and we will solve reading comprehension, LRDI sets, and some questions on Quant as well live. Okay, so that हमारे concepts clear होते चले जाए धीरे धीरे. So we will try to do that. Yes, ready? Okay, then we'll plan for a session, not a longer one, like 1 hour session नहीं भी होगा, तो we'll go for a 30 minute session. Okay, but we'll come live. Okay, fine. Thank you for your response, guys, and thank you so much for your time. Thanks for joining in. I really appreciate your efforts, and I wish you all the best for your examination. For those who are preparing for CMAT, फोड़ के आना. Okay, fine then. Thank you so much, guys. So with this, I say you a thank you, and I'm going to end the stream right now. Take care, guys. Good night. Bye bye.